because you clearly want to see my husband executed by voting for that fucker.
Period. I don't need to state why my husband is incarcerated in every fucking video that I want to make of him.
Your podcast has been a relief that I'm not the only one. Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 17 of Love Within Walls, a Prison Wife podcast. It's your friendly host, Gigi, here, and I'm here with...
Your friendly host, Paige. Hey guys, we're back in video.
We're back on the video, y'all. Hope you guys had a great week. We had a great week, and we're going to roll right in because we got a lot to cover today. First off, before we start, though, we're going to go ahead and get a word from our sponsor, Paint by Canvas. And I'm going to let Paige talk in a second, but I just wanted to say, I ordered my picture of Michael and I to do the paint by numbers. And I'm very excited. And I used Paige's code, and it saved me some monies.
Yay.
So I'm very, very excited. It's actually, it's getting ready to ship, and I should get it hopefully this week. So I have my summer project.
Yay.
So I'm really excited about that. So Paige, you want to tell us a little bit about Paint by Canvas?
Yeah, they're a really awesome company. They, if you've ever done one of those paint by number things, it's exactly what they are, except they have the fun little added on part of you bringing your own image into life. So basically what you can do at their website is you just go to it and you get to upload or import any picture of you, your friends, literally any picture in the world you want. It could be like a celebrity. It could be like you and your loved one. It could be anything. And what they'll do then is you'll get to choose, what size canvas you want, like how many paints and colors. There's all kinds of different variations. And then they'll send all of that to you. They'll send you their canvas. They'll send you the paintbrushes. They'll send you the colors specific to your painting. And then you just, you get it and you paint by numbers. And it's, I think at first, like I said, it was really intimidating. But when I started to do it, I got into like a whole groove. And it was like, I was ready to get it done because I was like, this is fun. And now I have to order one for Brody and I. So.
Yeah, and I think I'm going to order another one once I finish this one. I want to order another one of Gustavo because
you have to.
I have paintings of my previous dogs that have passed, but I want to get one. I want to do one of Gustavo. So that's going to be my next thing after doing Michael and I's portrait. And I'll definitely show you guys how it comes out when I get it all done. I actually might show you as I go through the process on here so you guys can see it. And just know that they're not discriminatory towards prison families. And they obviously opened their arms to Paige as a, what do you call it? What are you?
An affiliate.
An affiliate. Big words.
Yeah, they don't care that, my picture was of me and Joseph, and that's what I was going to use to promote. And they even just yesterday shared it on their page, and they've shared like my completed project on their page multiple times too. And I'm just like, thank you. And like, a lot of companies don't like to mess or even dip their toes in anything related to incarceration or prison and stuff, and they were very open to it. And I just it's definitely a fun project, and your loved one, if you get a picture of you and them, they'll love it too. So
yeah, and we love companies that support us, that don't exploit us or don't shun us. So this is a good egg, y'all. Companies like Post and Paint by Canvas and a couple other ones are good eggs. Obviously, we know the bad ones, so it's good to support the ones that do support us, and that's super important. So, all right, Paige, you ready to dive in? Episode 17.
I'm ready.
Holy shit, we're almost to 20. Like I say that every week, but I just still can't believe it. When we get to 20, I'm gonna be like,
I know.
Like stars in my head and stars in my eyes.
It's crazy.
Before we start, though, I do want to say that we appreciate you guys, our lovely. I've already dubbed y'all Wallers. If you have a better name, please give us one. We're open to that. I just said Wallers because of Love Within Walls, but I just want to thank you guys for just being fucking awesome.
Mhm.
Okay. Can I just say that you guys always slide into our DMs with the most amazing feedback. Also, I'm going to say even constructive feedback. We got some feedback and we're trying something new today. We got some constructive feedback about our audio and, you know, obviously there's only so much we can do on our end. I'm trying something different. I'm not using headphones today. And I'm hoping that makes it a little easier because I find with the headphones, there's a delay in hearing Paige. And sometimes we talk over each other and we don't even realize it until like a few seconds later. So I just want to thank you guys for that feedback because it pushed me to try something different. And then obviously all the feedback we got for the last pod, episode 16, was effing amazing.
Mhm.
I think people really enjoyed it. And we want to thank you guys also because no one came and fussed us. And I'm going to say this, Paige, because I think it needs to be said about our listeners and our viewers. They're fucking awesome because nobody questioned us about why we didn't have a video. And, you know,
I
like
know.
the only comment was they missed our faces.
Mhm.
But nobody hackled us. And I want to
Thank
thank you
you.
guys because, you know, you could have come at us like, well, why aren't you on video? Why, you know, and we have our reasons. And guys, I mean, we're human beings. We're not perfect. And there's some days where we don't want to be on video. And we appreciate you guys. We really appreciate you guys respecting that. And, you know, just being, I swear we have the best listeners and viewers. I mean, I'm saying that from the bottom of my heart.
We do.
So yeah, I wanted to say that because I've been wanting to say that all week. And you know me, Paige, I forget stuff, and then yeah, you know. And I also want to apologize to one of our wallers. They sent two of them sent me stuff, and I forgot to read it last week. So don't worry, you're getting read today, promise. Okay. And we got some new sounds on the soundboard, y'all. I'm so excited. You muted, Paige. You muted.
I wanted to add to what you had just said.
Okay.
I know we like start out every episode. We're like, wow, I can't believe it's been this long, and thank you guys so much every time. But like, seriously, it's like it's so awesome. And even just this morning, I had a girl that reached out to me and was like, I know this might sound weird, but you know, I love your podcast and it's so awesome. And the amount of times I talk to my loved one about it and I talk to them about you, it almost makes it seem as if we're like friends. And I'm like, girl, we are friends.
Mm-hmm.
Bestie, like literally anyone. I'm like, be my friend. I don't know. I should make a sign on my page that says like literally anyone can always message me and talk to me, even if like, you know, we've never talked before. I just like want to extend that. And, you know, even if you've listened to this podcast and like you know, are just looking for someone to vent to or complain to, you know, just wanted to extend that offer again and say thank you.
We're that people, y'all. We are that people. So hit us up. Thank you, Paige. That was yeah. I can't agree with you even more than that because um like last week we just don't want y'all to feel alone like you can't talk to anybody because we're here for you guys. We're like one big family if you think about it. We're one big prison family. I got all my sisters with me. Yeah. All right. All right. So you ready, Paige?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Here we go. Let's go ahead and dive into episode 17. What up with that? What up with that? What up with that legislation?
Mm-hmm.
Paige, do you have anything for what up with that?
I do. And for once, I'm bringing kind of a source of good news rather than me bitching about all of the problems in our society. Um, Exciting news that is even going to grow and become better. The governor of Maryland went ahead and he pardoned 150,000 weed marijuana convictions.
Wait, time out. First of all, bitch, you stole my what up with that legislation.
Uh,
Second of
uh,
all, I'm going to correct you. It's 175,000.
okay, well, I wasn't done.
Oh, sorry.
It's like wasn't done reading. Okay. Um,
Sorry.
of minor possessions of marijuana and another 18,000 misdemeanor convictions for possession of drug paraphernalia. Um, and that's for people, voters made it for, for 21 and over, anyone who did that. And, of course, all the advocates are like, this is awesome. Thank you so much for doing this. And he even said that, this is just like a dip in the pot. Like, I'm not done yet. I'm going to keep reforming. I'm going to keep making changes. I think it's awesome news because a lot of times when we push for more, they're like, well, I just did this, so calm down. And he's like, no, like I'm open to changing this. I see the problem with it, and I agree. And you can only just hope that other states are going to follow in suit. And it's encouraging to say the least.
Yeah, I'm very, very excited about it, and I hope, I hope other states follow. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Joe Biden earlier in his presidency is starting. I guess he decriminalized marijuana, and then they're starting to reclassify the I guess the scales, whatever the grade scale is for the types of drugs, they're starting to reclassify it as not such a harsh drug. So I'm really, really excited. The fact that here in Louisiana we still have people that are jailed, and if you haven't followed this group, if you're interested in the marijuana and prison and all that, obviously there's a group called Jailed for Weed, and
Love them.
yes, and I follow them because here in Louisiana there are still people serving life sentences for marijuana
Mm-hmm.
possession.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I think one of the important things that specifically that Jailed for Weed brought up is that when Biden made those changes, he didn't free anyone. Like no one was freed or anything because the technical term for what he didn't do that. And
Mm-hmm.
it's frustrating because then you have people that are like, see, look at him letting all the criminals out and nothing even happened.
Yeah.
So I just hope that more people take a page out of Governor Moore's book and want to make good changes happen.
Yeah, actually do something with what Biden started and actually do some action behind it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, I have a little something something. Delaware recently, as far as Tuesday, recently of last week, voted in the House of Representatives 33-8 to repeal the state's death penalty. I know in a previous What Up With That legislation, I had brought up that Delaware was putting it on the books to be, I guess, debated as possible legislation coming up. Well, the state Supreme Court declared it unconstitutional, the death penalty unconstitutional in 2016. So we do have some headway in repealing the death penalty in Delaware.
We
I'm
need the
assuming,
applause.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I got to get out of my picture and go to my big shout out. It's a long one. Thank
I
you.
like it.
Thank you, Delaware, for fighting to end the death penalty, a very inconsistent, harsh practice. And just so you guys know, we're the only first world country that actually still practices using the death penalty.
Mm-hmm.
First world country. So you think we're the greatest country in the world?
We're number
No, we
one.
still kill our own people. you know, we kill our own people to prove that murdering's wrong.
Yeah.
Just
Make it make
saying.
sense.
Make it make sense, y'all. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and open up the Potty Pod pod. Actually, you know what? I'm feeling a little ranty today. So, can I go on my rant, please, for just give me a second for a TED talk here?
For sure.
All right, here we go. All right, here is my rant. Welcome to my TED talk. All right, so I told Paige we were both in a mood today. We're both fired up today.
Mm-hmm.
And this kind of goes with Jeff Landry, our governor, janky Jeff Landry.
Bastard.
Wait, what?
Bastard.
Yeah, janky's not even a strong enough word. Just so you guys know, in the state of Louisiana, we have now made legislation legal to castrate our own citizens. We've also made legislation in the classroom. The 10 Commandments are going to be posted on the wall in a public school and public universities.
Which, can I just add to that? The thing that I sent you this morning that was like, you'd think that a state that ranks 47th in education would have higher priorities than that.
Yes. And Jeff Landry said, fuck them kids when it came to feeding them for summer feeding programs. So you tell me what's the real priority here. So anyway, here is my rant. And this fucking blistered my ass so bad. There are prison wives in Louisiana who voted for this man. Who voted for this man who knew. Oh! Guys, I'm trying to break this. All right, y'all, I am so pissed. There are prison wives that voted for this man who obviously, first of all, got rid of all parole in the state of Louisiana, got rid of all good time in the state of fucking Louisiana. Sorry, I'm pissed. And opted for more execution methods such as firing squad, hanging, gas, and electric chair. Brought all of them back. So this is my message to you. And I'm going to say it loud and clear. Don't fucking ask me to feel sorry for you because the system fucked your husband. Don't ask me to fucking sign your fucking petition. Sorry, I'm fucking pissed. Don't ask me to sign your petition to help your husband when you voted for a man who is ready to execute my husband.
Period. And doesn't give a fuck about your husband either, so joke's on you.
Clearly.
Put on the clown mask.
For you guys. No, bitch, you ain't doing shit. You voting in a fucking wrong direction is what you doing.
You just voted for someone. I'm not supposed to. Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, you just voted for someone who couldn't give less of a fuck about your loved one. Just saying.
I have to remind myself to chillax because I'm livid right now. Y'all, I'm sorry for cussing. Please forgive me. Okay, but it is unfucking believable that people who have loved ones in the DOC in Louisiana are supporting this man.
Yep.
Do not come to me because you put the nail in the coffin right there for me. I know I'm not supposed to be political. I know I'm not supposed to get upset about politics because listen, I'm in the middle. I'm neither one way or the other. But I will tell you that this man is corrupt. This man has a death wish for every person that's incarcerated in the DOC in Louisiana. And you put it and you helped him get there.
Yep.
Wow, that felt really, really good. Okay. So thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry if I cussed too much. Hey. I was livid when I found that out.
It's like we have enough people against us as prison wives and people who have a loved one in prison. It's like, why would you add? Like, I actually, like, I wish that I could ask that person, what was the deciding factor that made you vote for that fucking man?
He's a Republican.
Was it? What were you hoping to get?
He's a Republican, and she's a Republican.
Who gives a fuck, dude?
Yep. Party lines. Party fucking lines. That's what it is. And listen,
you're a sheep when you do that shit. Sorry, that's fucking sheep behavior.
Please don't ask me to feel sorry for you. Please don't ask me to sign your petition because it ain't happening ever fucking again. Because you clearly want to see my husband executed by voting for that fucker.
Period.
Okay.
And scene.
Thank you. Y'all, that had me fucking boiling today. I was just saying. All right. So, Paige, did you want to start off? Because I need a second. Did you want to start off talking about the older people aging in prison?
Yeah. Well, one of the topics that Gigi and I wanted to talk about today has to do with the one thing that I feel like doesn't really get talked about ever is all of the elderly people that are incarcerated. specifically where my husband is incarcerated right now in California, the whole first floor of his yard that he's on is are all elderly incarcerated people. They all in California, I don't know if it's the same in Louisiana. You have to wear a vest, like a yellow vest,
For
and
like fall risks and stuff
yes.
like
So
that.
the first time that I ever went to visit, well, I think it was actually one of like the second or third time. Um, there was an older man in the visiting room, and he was wearing one of those, and I was just like, "That's so sad. Why is that?" And he explained it to me because it's like a fall risk, and like anyone who is like that has to wear that. And I'm like, "Wow!" And then he like said to me, he goes, "I have nightmares all the time about growing old in here and wearing one of those." And I like my heart like stopped for a minute because I'm like no, like you know what I mean. I refuse to like let this happen, and I don't feel like anyone talks about the fact that these prisons are turning into literally nursing homes because everyone is aging in there. A lot of these people that were put in there on 3 strikes and, you know, other crazy laws that, or, you know, I'm sorry, times or periods of time that were more harsh on crime and thought that that was the right way. Like these people are in prison and they're getting old and all they've known is prison and no one really cares because it's like another one of those, oh, they did what they did, so they're there. But like I almost want to like take someone who says that they don't care and be like, tour this prison and just see the amount of elderly men that are there. It's like, it just makes you ask the question, you know, who are we even protecting at this point? Because especially when they're even sick, they won't let them go home. Like,
Yeah. There's
there
no
are
compassionate
cases,
release
yeah,
anymore.
but they are even stingy with that. And
Hmm.
it's like, it's just it's cruel.
It is. And um, people in Louisiana obviously are going to be like, they're like, good, he can die alone, like die alone in prison. I don't give a
Yeah.
shit. Like that's how people in Louisiana think. And I'm going to challenge you guys. If you haven't seen Lester Holt, um, did a special. He stayed overnight at Angola. He actually slept in one of the cells in death row. And he did a 3-part or 2-part special on the prison system in Louisiana. And it was very eye-opening. And there was a scene, and then he goes and talks about the fact that because at Angola they have a whole elderly hospice area for these. Because I mean, think about it: 85% of the prison population in Louisiana has life sentences without parole. So and they don't have parole anymore. So there that goes. So he shows this elderly man who's basically a paraplegic, can't fucking walk. He's bedridden. He's in a hospital bed. And Lester Holt was crying because this man was dying by himself.
When was this aired?
I want to say this was a few years ago. I don't know if it was before or after COVID. It might
Hmm.
have been like 2019 or maybe 2021. I can't remember. I want to say it was before COVID.
I'm gonna
Um,
look that up. That
yeah,
sounds.
it was like on NBC Nightline or I don't know, whatever his show is he has on like weekend nights
I
or
love it.
something
I
like that.
like him. I do like him.
Yeah, and so he lived in Angola in different camps for like 3 or 4 days, and he talked to different people. Talked to juvenile lifers, he talked to old lifers, and he obviously visited the hospice ward, which is huge at Angola because
Mm-hmm.
it's just a big population. And he went in the other room and cried after visiting this man who murdered a person, obviously, and he had been in prison most of his life. And he was like, he doesn't deserve, he's a human being, he doesn't deserve to
Mm-hmm.
die alone. And then you hear the people saying, well, I don't give a shit, good if he died alone, that's good, like good for his ass, you know. And that's the attitude that we have here. And like you said, or it's apathetic, people just don't care, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So if you get a chance to watch that, if we can find it, I'll definitely send it to
Yeah.
Paige, the link, and you guys can watch it. I recommend watching it. It's very eye opening, and the you know the fact that Louise he interviewed even the DOC head, the secretary of the DOC, um, you know, because he said y'all have a massive prison population. You know, we're one of the highest incarceration rates in the world, per capita.
And are you
So
safer because of that?
no, we're not. We're actually last in everything in the whole
Got
nation.
it.
So, you know,
So it's not working.
it's not working. And
Mm.
it's, and I'm gonna say this, guys, it's not the prisoners that pay for their care and this hospice and this medicine
Mm-mm.
and all of the cancer treatments. And guess who's footing the fucking bill? People like you and me, everyday people that pay taxes.
Yep.
So
I'm
you may
over
want to think
here.
about that one.
I'm over here trying. I'm like digging through my DMs,
Mm-hmm.
trying to find. Oh, I cannot. It's gonna kill me later. His name is like Gerald Oaks. I think that he is like 95 or 94, and he is incarcerated in CDCR. And it's one thing that Allison, who I always talk about,
Mm-hmm.
she was always advocating for him because she like even looked up one of his recent parole board hearings and like read the transcript, and he literally is hard of hearing and can't hear them. And like the one, like the judge and someone else are like laughing about him on it. It's insane. It and this man is 95. He's been incarcerated for a murder that he did probably like 60 years ago. And there are so many men just like that. Like, I mean, we talk about Bill all the time. Like, he's
Yeah.
served 47 years. I actually showed one of my really good friends a video of Bill from his Instagram where he was talking about the Louisiana Parole Project and how
Mm-hmm.
it like got him out and how he served all this time. And I showed it to her and she just started crying. And she was just like, he's just so sweet and it's so sad. And I'm like, I know. And to know that there are all of those more people that are behind bars just waiting to
Yeah.
be heard and have someone come get them out. It's so painful. And like, I can't imagine Bill's pain. He built relationships with these people. Like, these are people he loves and cares about. And he knows they're there and he's out here. So I respect him so much for all the work he does.
Absolutely. We love Mr. Bill and we're so proud of Mr. Bill because he's definitely got some things coming down the road that he's
Yes.
doing that is amazing. And I can't wait to tell you guys and share with you guys. And we plan on having him on the pod next month. So
Mm-hmm.
um, it's definitely going to be very eye opening for some of y'all who have never met Mr. Bill or had the opportunity to talk to Mr. Bill. And I will say, I worry too, because you see these older guys and I worry about them. We have to do something. We have to have something better for them to be able to get out and be successful, because you also see instances where um, older guys end up going back in because they miss they're so institutionalized at this point.
Yeah, they don't know how to live.
Yeah, I've known a guy who was older, and he, and obviously in the prison system, there's a respect factor. If you've done a lot of time, like you're like an old head, or you're an old guy, like you're an elder almost in a sense. The guys look up; they don't, they kind of respect them.
Mm-hmm.
And I know a guy, who got out, got paroled, got out, and went back in because he missed the prison system. Like he missed being with the guys. It was weird. And then
It's
you
sad.
also see instances like the Shawshank Redemption where the old man is released and he can't function because he's been incarcerated for so long and ends up, unaliving himself at that point, which is also another big factor. So we have to find ways. I'm not saying everybody deserves a get out of jail free card. That's not what I'm saying. Because I know people are going to be like, ooh, it wouldn't work. Haterade Harry over here. But it's all about finding better ways for restorative justice
Mm-hmm.
practices and helping them be successful when they come out, whether they're 30 when they come out or whether they're 65 or 70 when they come out. We've got to find ways to help keep people from being locked up forever, because it's on our dime. It's
Yeah.
not good for them, and it doesn't make the streets any safer. Like, let's be real.
So it's like what you have to ask yourself at that point: why are we doing this?
Mm-hmm.
Or why is the government doing this? Yeah.
Cheddar, cheddar, cheddar.
Yeah.
So yeah, I I really hope that one day we can live in a world where a life sentence is not a life sentence,
I
like Europe.
Yeah, I mean, and that's why people get so upset when I talk about ending LWOP and stuff. They're like, "Yeah, let them all out of prison. That's the answer." And I'm like, I mean, you're acting like I'm saying, "Okay, everyone who has an LWOP charge, cage. Everyone go.
Wait,
Go go go."
open it. Oh,
Like
wait, 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 wait,
not
wait,
what I'm
wait.
saying.
I got it.
Open it up, go, everyone go. No, we're literally saying that they should have the option to resentencing. It is inhumane to sentence someone to life in prison without parole. You know,
We're basically
it's
saying your life has no value.
yeah, literally, that's been declared by
Hmm.
nationally. You know what I mean?
Internationally too.
I'm sorry, internationally. Literally,
Hmm.
they look at us and they're like, "Why do you guys have that? Why are you still doing that actively?"
As a first world country,
Mm-hmm.
death by incarceration is inhumane.
Yep. And just to piggyback off of our subject about elderly people before I forget, I wanted to bring up specifically because a while ago Rebecca, my prison wife life, I think that's her username on Instagram, she had mentioned about talking about not only just the elderly people who are incarcerated but also the family that are elderly of incarcerated loved ones. You know what I mean? Like all of these people have grandparents or elderly parents, and they have to worry about getting them to prison. And, half the time when they whisk them away to wherever the hell they are going to go because they don't really care about where your family's at or
Hmm.
how easy it's going to be for your grandma to get in and go through and get checked. Like I've seen them give elderly people a hard time going through the metal detector and making them do all of these things, and it's like I understand they have a job and they need to do a certain amount, but like when you see some of it and it's definitely like that they're doing more than that they have to do,
Hmm.
it's just it's sad because they're trying to deter them, and I feel like if anyone's going to get deterred it's probably going to be them because they're like even Joseph's older family, like when they not prison he's at now, but the one before they complained about how like the guards when you're getting checked in don't that it takes forever. At the last one we were at, I would stay like we had 8-hour visits, and I would sit in that waiting room sometimes an hour and a half, even though I got there 45 minutes early because they take their sweet ass time checking in people and then like giving different people a hard time and trying to make you not want to fucking come back. And guess what? I'm like I'm like herpes. I'm gonna come back. I'm
Can't
not
get rid of
going
me.
anywhere.
Yeah, I there is a lot of elderly people that come to visit Angola. They have a handicap bus that takes them around, and it does take them a while. And then I will say Angola's pretty good about not hustling them and not haggling them.
Mm-hmm.
They're very helpful, but I know families that have an elderly mother, like a guy who has a elderly mother. She can't come but maybe once or twice a year.
Mm-hmm.
And if you think about the prisons, a lot of these prisons, especially in Louisiana, they're out in the middle of fucking nowhere.
And they're not air
Like,
conditioned. They're not the food.
yeah,
Like it's not ideal circumstances.
yeah. So it's almost like bringing a small child, like a toddler. I
Yeah.
mean, you have to. It's almost like that. Like you can't spend a lot of time, and so it's challenging. And I'm thinking about us, Paige, people like us, lifer wives, people that are going to be here for a while. Like I know wives that are like, I'm getting older and I can't come as often as I
Mm-hmm.
used to because my health is deteriorating. And I'm thinking like, I'm going to be 80 going to Angola.
I
I'm going
know.
to be with a cane and a walker visiting my husband if he's still there.
I saw a meme that was it was like an older woman, and it was like me at 80 going to visit my husband incarcerated, and I was like ha ha ha, ha. And I was like
Yep, it's true.
that's gonna be me.
I think of that lady in the car going, la, 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 and then she's like singing, and it's like, this is me going to visit my man when I'm like 75 or 80 years old.
Mhm.
Like,
Mhm.
that's me. That's me. So yeah, I think it's a hard topic to talk about, but it needs to be talked about because obviously some of us are going to be facing it. Some of us have loved ones who are older. Some of us have loved ones whose parents are getting older. I mean, it's just part of life,
Mhm.
you know. And these are things that we really need to hit on and talk about because it's not going to go away.
There needs to be more compassion, and
Yeah.
you know, some will claim that they have no idea it's even happening, and I feel like that's why it's important to talk about it. So it's like, okay, well, you can't claim negligence.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Um, we'll go ahead and get into our story time. I have a little story that I've asked permission for, and I wanted to share it because I told this prison wife that I guarantee, based off the questions from last week, I said I guarantee that there's somebody out there that this is also happening to, and they don't know how to deal with it. So if you have any feedback on this, please answer. So I had a prison wife. I was talking to her on through messages, and her loved one, her man, has a I guess it's like a pen pal, but it's more than just a pen pal. And it was just a very interesting story. So he was writing this woman, and this woman lives out of state, and became a pen pal of his. Keep in mind, this woman is older than him. She's more on the not an elder. I wouldn't say she's elderly, but she's in her 50s or 60s at this point. He's probably in his 40s, and she is married and lives with her husband in their home out of state. And however, she is using this guy. They say that they're friends or pen pals, but she also says, I'm like his crazy aunt. But catch this, they were having phone sex. She's married to another guy who they don't sleep in the same bedroom, but they sleep in separate bedrooms. But she's having phone sex with a guy who's incarcerated like, and obviously treats him like her boy toy. Okay. Well, this girl comes in and her and the guy who's incarcerated hit it off. And so she's, becomes the girlfriend. While this woman in the other state, the older woman, wants to come visit her man. And the girlfriend says, I don't feel comfortable with that. And the woman is causing problems
What's
for
she
this couple.
what's she doing?
Well, I think she's harassing the girlfriend, and she's saying, well, I'm coming anyway, so get
I'd be
over
like,
it.
okay, I'm gonna let your husband know.
Yeah.
That's what immediately I would be like, all right, cool. I'm gonna
Well,
let your
first
husband
of
know.
all, you're married. He found a person that loves him and that wants to be with him. So it's not like you're just friends. You guys have obviously had sexual history, and there's feelings there, obviously. So I was like, I have to tell this story because I am sure that there's somebody else. You're not alone. This happens all the time in prison relationships where, a guy has a bunch of pen pals, and sometimes, especially if you have a life sentence, some of the guys are like, I don't want to get involved. I just want to have fun and I don't want to have a relationship. I mean, you have men that I've heard, especially like there was a guy on Ear Hustle, which is out of CDCR on the podcast, and he said, I don't have a life sentence. I don't want a woman. That's not fair to her. I would never do that. But luckily he got out, and I'm assuming he was hopefully able to find love. But you have some of the guys who have life sentences that are like, I don't want a woman, because they end up leaving. They don't stay.
Joe was never interested in having a relationship until LWOP was given family visits, because he was like, he in his brain couldn't imagine not having like that part of the relationship, and thinking that
Yeah.
you know, it would be a possible thing, or that someone, you know what I mean?
And I'll tell you this. I mean, you can say you anybody can tell Michael he's selfish, and he'll say, "You damn right I am. I'm fucking super selfish for loving this woman,
You got to be sometimes.
and so for loving me and keeping me."
Yeah.
He's like, "You bet I am." Like he will not deny it, because it is seen as selfish. Like, why are you going to put this woman through this? But that kind of thing. So
Hmm.
this guy is like, well, maybe he likes older women, and his thing is, well, older women don't leave, younger women leave, but older women stay. And this woman's got her own situation set up. So
It's like
I'm just
not
kind
even
of like being a
true.
guy.
It's like not
Yeah,
even true. Like that's
I
like a
know.
stereotype.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying that this is his thought process. And I guess when I'm talking to her, I said, well, you need to stand up for yourself, and you need to say, like, and she does, she stands up for herself. I give her, kudos for standing up and saying, I'm not comfortable with this. And she
Yeah.
actually talked.
Woo, I'd be a lot louder than that. She's whoever it is, she's better than me.
Yeah.
Because
Well, she's a sweeteart.
I'd
She's
be
a
writing
sweetheart, and
off to
she's
her
polite.
husband. I'd be sending screen recordings. I'd be sending
Yeah.
screenshots, and I would say, "This is your wife who is
Yeah.
harassing me now. So can you please ask her to stop harassing me?" Like, hell no,
Yeah.
hell no.
And so I don't know if anybody else has this situation, but obviously she was like, she was putting her foot down with her guy and said, I don't feel comfortable with this. And he respected that, and he told this
Good.
woman like to back off, but the woman is not backing off, and she's creating more problems for this couple.
All right, I'm
And she says, I'm like the crazy aunt. It's gonna be okay. And it's like, no,
no.
boo, you are using him as your boy toy. Absolutely not. Absolutely
At
not.
this point, you have me furious to the point where I'm like, I'm just gonna tell her husband who is it. Like, what
Oh
the
yeah.
fuck?
Wait. This is how can I
And
just say this is
I
this
just,
is how I feel about this woman who's absolutely a travesty. First of all, you're married. You don't need to have phone sex with an inmate, sorry, with an incarcerated person who has someone that loves them. Like, let him be happy. Let him have the love. Stop holding on. Stop calling yourself, oh, I'm just the crazy aunt that fucks my nephew. Like, that's crazy. That's
what kind of
creepy. Stop.
incest fantasy ass
Yeah, it's like a weird. So here we go.
brother? Ooh,
Okay, so
ooh.
yeah,
Can
I'm gonna
I
give
want
her
to
that one.
I want to add to that.
Go ahead, please do.
Um, and I can't believe I'm even spilling this tea. You're gonna be like, oh, that I'm talking about it on here, and I'm not gonna give names or anything, but like, it's just true. It's men um that are incarcerated. Like, there are tons of great ones, like Joe. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And Michael. Like,
And
they
Miguelito.
exist. They exist, and they are out there. But I don't know how many there are by any means. I didn't do any fishing or anything, but with the good ones, there are also bad ones too. And like, just an example, I mean, everyone knows I have Beyond Bars Imaging, and I've even had two separate women send me photos to edit, and they had the same man in the photos
Wait.
Emotional damage.
at separate times. Not like not even at the close, like, at first I'm like, nah, twin brother. I'm like, twin brother. I'm like, the family member. Like, because I was texting Gigi about it. I was like, nah, no way. This is the same person. And it was the same person. And I had to go through this whole dilemma of, like, do I involve myself in this? And I'm like, I kind of took a step back. I'm like, I know everyone has their own, you know, life. And I didn't just let everyone know. I didn't step in and let anyone know anything, because it involves my business too. So it's like, I do have that privacy portion of it. There are thousands of women that I edit pictures for that do not want me to post them, and I'm definitely going to follow through on that every time, because that is, I feel like, one of the most important parts of what I do, because a lot of women have that secrecy part and don't want that. So I think I had to make that business decision, even though morally I was
Mhm.
like, this is sick. Like, this fucking man, what the hell? But it happens.
Yeah.
It happens.
And, I know you struggle with it because we talked about this in a previous spot. Like, you were like, if it were me, I would want to know, but
Mhm.
at the same time, it's like prison code, penitentiary code. Like, you can't rat.
And
Like, you
then
can't, because then you
sometimes
get,
you don't know if it's like a scam, like, and they're in on it. And
yeah,
maybe the person, one girl knows about the other girl and the one other girl doesn't know, or maybe they all know about each other and maybe the guy's using one of them or both of them. Like, I don't know, and I don't want to.
yeah, involved. Yeah.
Yeah,
And, people also have open relationships. So you never know now. I
exactly.
mean, it's
I have no
2024,
idea,
So you never know what the setup is either. So
and
yeah.
I'm not
And I
judging.
just think,
So,
yeah. I
do
think
what you
it's
want
just
to do.
interesting that, hopefully that's the situation, because I would hate for it to
God, I hope.
be something negative.
That's just one of the things that I guess I signed up for when
Yeah.
I did
Yeah.
this. I've had a few crazy things happen, but that's one of the top ones with my editing.
Yeah. You were shooketh for sure. You were definitely
Hmm.
shooketh. Um, but yeah, I remember that because I was like, you're like, I would want to know if it were me. And I'm like, Paige, but think about your business, think about the
Yes,
privacy aspect. Like, it's not our place,
I
and
and I almost did it. Remember the day I found out, I was like, no, I'm fucking telling, I'm doing this. Like, and then I was like, I can't. That's
yeah,
not my spot.
yeah,
It's sad.
it's
Also,
a hard place
not
to
to
be.
derail because I do want to stay on like the scamming
Okay.
conversation. Joseph just sent me a message. He said everyone today received 2 doses of Narcan to keep in their cell.
I
And he
did see
said,
that. Somebody
because
posted that in our group today too. So from
really,
CDCR. Yeah.
um, because of all the overdoses on the yard, and he said that I guess like if they're supposed to use it in case their cellie ever falls out and they could possibly revive them. And I just have so many fucking questions for the facility that he's at, like beyond that with CDCR too, because they like, okay, again, this is now the solution because you guys know it's all in there. Like, it just, I understand that they need to do something, but it sounds like that they want to do everything, but
Address the elephant in the
yes,
room.
yes.
Yeah. Which is obviously the drugs aren't coming in from visitors. The drugs aren't coming in from other prisoners. The drugs are coming in from your own people, boo.
And now you got all these people making these K2 spice sheets and all this shit. If one more K2 spice person follows me on TikTok, Instagram, I swear to
Happened to me.
God, you guys
Happened to
are
me today.
crazy. And the way that they like do it, like, because I watched the videos the other day on the one TikTok, because a bunch of them always follow me. And I,
Mhm.
out of curiosity, I looked and I'm like, the way that y'all are just so openly doing this in like your living room, and like, how don't you pass out? Because like they're making this stuff now that's called man down, literally. It's called man down because it makes people die and fall out. And Joe says like when people hear about that, they'll be like, "Nice, where'd you get that shit? I want some of that."
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, and they think about it, it's their way to escape what's happening around them. But
Like dying, like
no,
it's just sad.
it is. And we here in Louisiana, it's the fentanyl
Yeah.
crisis, and we all know that we have airport scanners. They have a skeleton scanner. They scan each and every visitor that comes in, and we only come in 2 days a week.
Mm-hmm.
So if people are dying on left and right from fentanyl, you can guarantee it's not us.
Happened during COVID, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And we read in the chapter this week that one guard fessed up to making $150,000 a year. Not just That's not his salary. This is extra cash coming in from bringing in contraband.
Wow, if that was a CDCR worker, he'd be bringing home almost like $300,000 a year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I cannot.
So
That's a fucking scam.
it is. Speaking of scams, since we're talking about scams, we're going to talk about the hustle and flow here.
Mm-hmm.
I have another story from another prison wife who was I don't want to say bullied, but let's say pressured.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But this is a story of a woman whose man has obviously a second chance at life. He has an LWOP, but he has a second chance because he has things working in his case. And she was pressuring the hell out of another prison wife because her guy jailbreaks tablets, and she was trying to get him business inside. But I want to, this is a cautionary tale because nothing's happened obviously yet, but the dangers, first of all, heckling prison wives is not the way to go.
I was gonna say that's awfully ballsy
It
when he's
is very
doing that.
ballsy. It's also very dangerous. I'm going to say this, the guys in there, they have to do things that aren't always legal. And I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm saying there are things that the guys do to hustle to make money because the money they make on a job is not, it's like 4 cents an hour. Okay. So they have to make money. So some of them do some hustling. Okay. And that's fine because you're inside and that's the belly of the beast and it's either eaten or be eaten. Right. And you have to do what you need to do to take care of yourself. And I'm all about that. But to have, a prison wife, hustling other prison wives for these tablets to get them jailbroken because her husband does this is extremely dangerous. And I want to use it as a cautionary tale. You shouldn't do that because if that gets out, that could be detrimental to your loved one's case.
Mm-hmm.
If you get let me tell you this, if you get a write-up in Louisiana, you will not get anything. You lose everything. You lose visits, you lose privileges, you lose parole chances, parole and pardon eligibilities. It looks bad on you, because you're not following the rules and it's recent. So you don't want to do that. And this woman was heckling her. I mean, the girl said, I had to tell her no thank you 5 or 6 times. So I'm thinking if she's doing this to one, she's doing it to a lot.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I know you want to hustle for your man. I know you want to be there for your man and you want to do right by him and help him out. Be very careful with something like this.
Mm-hmm. You're going to get him caught up.
You're going to cause him problems big time. And, not everybody keeps their mouth shut. So that's something that you may want to think about. And you may ask the wrong person and you may cause a problem inside. You may cause a problem outside. So the prison wife hustle is dangerous.
And if he has an out date like you talked about, I'm sorry, but do you want him to come home? Because if they find out that he's doing that, that proves that he's not rehabilitated. And I know it might not seem like it's a big thing or a big issue, but that's how they look at that. You're not following the rules. So that's something like that would absolutely get your date snatched right up.
Yeah. And he has a chance to get his case overturned completely.
Wow.
So cautionary tale, y'all. You have an outdate or you have an opportunity to get in court or to get legislation to overturn your conviction, don't hustle for your man. If he wants to hustle in there, that's on him. Do not put yourself, because if you get caught hustling, there could be stuff against you too.
And if he's trying to encourage you to hustle, that's a red flag. No one that loves you like that is going to push you in that direction, because that it's just not there. And he want you incarcerated too? You know what I mean? I would take a step back and evaluate that situation, because my husband would never.
Yeah, me either. I would never do that.
I never would do it, but my husband would never.
I have too much of myself. I have too much on the line of myself, my job, my house. I have everything here that I'm not losing over a man. I don't care whether he's incarcerated or not. I'm not doing it. So just be careful, guys, especially if your loved one asks you to bring stuff in, or be very
don't do that.
It's not worth you being incarcerated yourself or causing him a huge problem.
I feel like piggybacking off of that sometimes in like the prison wife world, there's also like a lot of like MLM scams and stuff. There's a lot of that. And they're also very like predatory the way that they come after prison wives, because they know that, we're in like a we're like a
A
section of the
delicate
world. Yeah.
predicament. Yeah.
Yeah, we're like, we want not we want accept to be accepted, but we want people to let our relationships be and not like, be difficult with us. And, and I feel like a lot of the times they prey on that, and they're like, can't be able to do this. And, it, it just always be careful about things like that. And, especially like in those big groups where they're like, want a work from home job, blah, blah, blah. Like, don't listen to that.
Or I always get the ones that say, "Hey, have you heard about this new program?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, block, instant.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm offended that you think I'm dumb enough.
Yeah.
Like, now I'm pissed.
Yeah. Because what they do is they friend you on Facebook.
Yeah.
And then a few weeks later, they'll show up in your
Yes.
messages. Yeah.
Yep. Get the hell out of here.
Bye, girl. Don't let the door hit you in the butt.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you have anything else to talk about? Those were the 3 topics I wanted to hit. Is there anything else, Paige?
That was pretty much it.
Well, we have a new segment, and it's called Mean Tweet of the Week. So, I don't know if you know this, but Paige is very active on social media, more active than me. If you follow me on TikTok, I literally have 0 posts because I have no idea I don't know how to do TikTok.
I'm not good at TikTok either, honestly.
No, you're exceptional. I don't do that. I don't post. The only thing I post on is Instagram and Facebook. So, I am on TikTok, but I don't post anything. I just kind of watch and like and support and repost stuff. But Paige posts a lot on TikTok and a lot in her personal Instagram. And she also, with that, gets a lot of hate. And, I've seen these segments called like mean tweets and stuff like that. So we're going to do a segment to honor the hater Harrys out there, and show just how bad some of the comments are that she gets. And I'm sure if you are active on social media and you post about your loved one or advocate, hello, got some music there. If you post on social media, that you also probably may see some of this, or you've already experienced some of this. So we're here to display the hate, with Mean Tweet of the Week. Tweet, little birdie. All right, you ready?
Oh, of course. I got
Okay,
a whole bunch.
Okay, give us your best, Paige. Give us some mean tweets of the week.
All right. Here's some.
Or you may want to talk about what you posted first.
Oh yeah. So the video I literally posted is a picture of me and Joe, black and white, just a visit picture. And it says, "Why would you be with someone who is sentenced to life without parole?" And then the second slide is me saying all the reasons why I love him. Like, he's my safe place. He listens to understand, all of these different things, which aren't all of them, of the reasons why I love Joseph. So it's not even like a video where I might be like kicking at people and like to like kind of poking the bear. Like, I'm literally just talking about why I love my husband. Mm-hmm. So here are some of the comments. This one is from White 1488 Islamophobic. Of course he tells you all you want to hear, so you can just Cash App and JPay him. Wait till he's out. How you feel safe with him if he's locked up. You was with him before he went in? I been there. I know. This was his first approach. He kind of tried to act like he was my pal, this guy. Like, he was like looking out for me. But then he changes his tune a little bit further down. Let me find it. He said, "All the reasons you made are just an excuse to justify wasting your life with him. It's just a red flag that you need to be healed. It's easy to be in a so-called relationship with him telling you all that you want to hear." And then another comment. These are all separate threads because this man has no idea how to use TikTok. He said, A man out here don't want all that baggage you just said you have. Get healed first. I feel bad for this dude. I'm like, now you feel bad for Joe?
Wait.
I I don't.
Okay.
I have no fucking clue. These people are, I don't even think they know what they're saying half the time.
Clearly, and
Um
and his username is just
oh yeah.
ultra offensive. Um, wow.
I have a bunch of people that are like, so do you stay loyal because what? I have a bunch that I usually let them stay now. I used to delete them all because they like made me upset, but now I'm like, okay, no, thanks for the engagement and traffic.
Yeah.
Um, some of them that I deleted this time were like, oh yeah, she's definitely getting piped down. Another one was that I need to go lay in the highway because I'm a waste of life. Um, someone said, well, at least you know where he is. Another one, you're a waste of life. Thank you so much. This is just a video, y'all, of me talking about my husband and why I love him. And it really triggered some of these people. Like, look at this. This is just, I don't even know what this is, but this is my filtered because I have the bully feature on.
Uh-huh.
So some still get through, but these are just, if I look, these are the ones that they're like, double check these because people are being mean to you. What?
Wow.
I just posted a video of me and my husband. Like, what the
Scroll
fuck is
wrong.
wrong with people?
People are baby back bitches and keyboard warriors, and
Mm-hmm.
you know they feel like this sense of power to tell you, and their excuse is going to be, well, you put it out there, so I'm going to comment. Like, no, bitch. If you have nothing nice to say, get your scoliosis on and keep scrolling. Okay.
No,
So,
but fucking for real. And then I literally said to the one girl today, because she's like, if you're going to post he's in prison, you should expect all of these comments. I go, I don't need to state why my husband is incarcerated in every fucking video that I want to make of him. Okay.
mm-hmm.
And honestly, if you guys are so sleuthy and so fucking nosy, I have a video on my TikTok that literally says what he did.
Yeah.
So stop being fucking lazy.
Don't just comment. Do your research, boo.
Yeah, like, did
Don't
you
be a
even
baby back
try?
bitch either.
Did you even try?
Yeah. Well, Paige, we love you, and hey,
Mhm.
you're amazing for putting it out there and being bold and advocating for Joe on your TikTok. And I'm sure all of the community and the Wallers are supporting you 100%. I go in and I thumbs down these
Do
comments.
you really? I
Yes.
love you. Oh my god. So many
Um,
people. I have to give a shout out to Andrea. Bitch.
okay, go ahead.
And I messaged her too. I'm like, I fucking love you, bitch. She hopped right into my comments and just started fucking going to town for me. And I'm just like, thank you. Then she was killing them with kindness too. Like, she wasn't like, I loved it because that's like the way that I go at them too. And I love that. So thank you to anyone else who also went in there. A bunch of people went and left a comment then saying like, these people are crazy. And I appreciate that a lot.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you guys some props here. Good
That's
job.
my girl Andrea and Cage. They just got married. Shout out, shout out.
Congratulations. Yeah,
Not
good job,
just, but
guys.
recently enough.
Good job for taking up for Paige and fighting the good fight, because let's say it together. These are some baby back bitches. We
Bastards.
just yeah. Oh, well, I'm gonna say bitches. I don't care. Paige is a little bit more polite. But I just we wanted to do this just to showcase the negativity and the stigma and all of it.
Just a
That
handful.
and it's not, and I'll tell you, it's not just Paige that gets this. It's a lot of prison wives that get this
Hmm.
on TikTok when they post. So just pay
Keyboard
attention, guys.
warriors. They
Yeah,
love to be loud behind a keyboard, but would you say it to me in person?
probably not. Probably
Yeah.
not.
Hmm.
And I did want to say this. Speaking of saying that, I wanted to say to the prison wife from our What Up With That episode, this is nothing that I would not say to her face.
Hmm.
So I just wanted to put that out there. I'm not out on here ranting because this is something I would say to her face because I've met her several times. She knows who I am. So yeah, I just wanted to add that in. Sorry, forgot to. I was so heated, I forgot to say that. Believe me, I would not say stuff on here if I didn't have the balls to say it to your face.
Mm-hmm.
So same thing
We've
for
already
keyboard warriors. These people would probably not have the balls to say it to your face.
we've already had people, particularly me, I'll just be honest, be confronted, not confronted, but something I've talked about on the podcast, like I haven't even shared that many private stories, but one of them that I shared, the person that I was talking about briefly came to me about it. And I'm like, I even said to Gigi after that, I'm like, we just have to, like, when we go into these podcasts, because sometimes it's hard to not just like rant and just go on like tirades because like, it feels like we're FaceTiming with you guys and we're like just like talking and we're having a girls' night, but like some things it's better to keep like that. So only saying the things that like you're okay with having them here.
Yeah, I would have no problem. I mean, you're gonna know how I feel about it if I saw this person in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
That I don't agree with it, and I'm sorry that it's just a differing of opinions, and that's fine. You have your beliefs, that's fine. But I'm gonna tell you why I don't agree with it, and I have no problem telling you that to your face.
Well, I mean, especially if they're trying to come to you and ask for your help, like for like petitions and stuff. It's like you're not
Yes.
even doing shit to help yourself, babes.
You're setting the system up to be even worse than what it was before. So, yeah. Well, oh, Paige, guess what? We're getting a call.
Hello, this is a prepaid collect call from
Fred.
Florida Correctional Institution.
Oh, Florida Fred's calling. We got to take it. You know what that means, Paige, right? What does that mean?
I have no fucking clue. I know, but I don't know.
It's time for comments from our wallers.
Okay, that I was like speaky pipes, but we don't have it. We don't have any.
Oh, what happened? We have no speaky pipes.
Y'all fell off this week. It's fine. Don't worry about our feelings. It's fine.
I want to say, bruh, y'all, no speaky pipes. Zero. Cero. Y'all, cero speaky pipes. All right. Well, we did have a lot of hits in the inbox on our Instas. We posted a day early, so sorry, not sorry, guys, because we're filming a day early. So I had to post on yesterday to get some good stuff, but we did get a lot of hits. First thing I'm going to start off with is I posted the question because this came up last week in our questions. What is your prison wife theme song? So I wanted to go through what people said as their prison wife theme song. So here we go. Number one, I'm not going to say names. I'm just going to say number one. You Should Have Known Better by Monica. Okay. Going back to the 90s. I like that. This person had three. Terry Ellis, Wherever You Are. Tamia, Still. Maren Morris, Bones. Our girl Lulu, I'm going to tell her to say Lulu. Lulu said Bad Habits by Ed Sheeran.
My bad habits lead to you.
Yep. And then someone said Going Through This. I don't know who sings that. She just must have put and then she also left a comment. She left two. She said, it's not about the song, but I just want to say your podcast has been a relief that I'm not the only one. That was sweet. Maybe that's what she was saying. She's going through it and it's not about the song. It's just,
she wanted to.
Yeah, she just wanted to shout out, which thank you, sweetheart. We appreciate that. Jason Isis, Hate Breed, I Will Be Heard. I like this one.
I like that.
Maddie said, Please, Mr. Jailer by Rachel Sweet. Please, Mr. Jailer. If you've ever seen Crybaby, that's the best. This one's awesome because I fuck with Tyler Childers. In Your Love by Tyler Childers. Let's see. And I had more. I don't know where they went. Aha, they're down here. Okay. Kiss Me Through the Phone, Soldier Boy.
Period.
Soldier Boy, tell him. Future, Wait for You. I'm going through all of the songs. I put this one because I forgot to mention this one last week. Walk the Line by one of my favorite singers, Johnny Cash. Or if you haven't heard Halsey's version of it, listen to it. It's amazing. Maddie also had a second one, Don't Give Up on Me by Andy Grammer. Chantel, King Von, Ride. I also R.I.P. Thank you. Chapters in Chains, The Show Must Go On by Queen.
My son loves Queen.
Oh yeah, really?
Obsessed with Queen. Like we're always listening to every like Another One Bites the Dust, like Supersonic Man Out of You, Don't Stop Me Now. Like he loves those. Okay, those are his theme songs.
Nice. He likes good music.
He's an old soul.
He is an old soul. I also put I've kind of fallen in love with this group called the Red Clay Strays, and the song is called Wondering Why. I really like that one because I was kind of giving you like badass bitch theme songs, and I'm thinking I need a little bit something else. Chantel also said I'll Find You by Lecrae and Tori Kelly. Amazing song. So those were some of the Prison Wife theme songs that y'all came up with and gave us for our question this week. So thank you guys. If you have some and you want to comment, slide into our DMs or send us a speaky pipe or anything, y'all. All right, I'm going to get into the comments. This was from last week and I totally forgot to read this.
Wait, before you start, how many do we have so I can guesstimate when I should order my dinner?
Oh, we have a lot.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and get through them quickly, but here we go. All right, so this is from Jamie Lynn. She said, "Sorry, tried to use Speaky Pipe on my phone and it didn't work." She said, My ex helped me out when I blew 2 of my tires last month. He found out my man was incarcerated and to this day is still trying to get at me. He left flowers on my car telling me he loves me on Tuesday and says he can give my daughter and I a better life. It's frustrating because I've been honest with him saying I'm not in love with him. I guess I need to be more mean. He and I don't have that bond my fiance and I have. So I think this was going to that question about the law of attraction, you know, like telling a guy that you have a loved one incarcerated and then they come at you even harder. So it seems like her ex is like, oh, this guy can't give you shit. I can do better.
Like, just crazy how their brain goes right to, oh, well, they're not really in a relationship, or like it doesn't mean anything. Or I think one quote from the book that we read, we're in the middle of reading, that I really liked and I wanted to bring up again was they compared, like, you know, especially someone in, just for the sake of conversation, who hasn't met their loved one. Like some people are like, how can you really love them or have feelings for them, or, you know, you don't really know it, like you haven't met them. And then comparing it to a mother who's pregnant and goes through her whole pregnancy, she, you know, loves her baby and cares about it, but she hasn't met it yet. It's the same, you know what I mean? It just proves that love is a thing that you don't need to be in front of the person for it to be real.
Correct. 100% Paige. Well said. They don't have to be here every day to have that bond and that love. So, you know, people devalue our relationships because of that, because it's not like a traditional Hallmark relationship. But it is very real. And sometimes it's more real than what we've had previously in like more of a traditional relationship.
Yeah.
So. All right, this is from our girl, one of my favorites. I've gotten to know her very well through Camp Within Walls last week. Anna, she said, "Okay, here goes it. Not a question, but Huge major shout out to Paige and Gigi for creating this beautiful group and space for us to come together and support one another, share ideas, ask questions, vent, and even hang out. Love you and thank you so much for all that you do. I'm getting goosebumps just reading this. Truly blessed to have you ladies as friends.
Oh, I have goosebumps too.
Oh no, I love you so much, honeys.
We're so happy that you're here. Literally, all the ladies, I'm so happy that they're here. And, but, like you said, I think we got a little bit closer with Anna this past week and talking with her. And like, I just love her energy. She has the best energy and like, she's so fun. And I love finding people like that. And she's just a great person too. So
And
I
she
love.
is so funny. I love her. She makes me laugh every day.
She is
I
funny.
can't say every day. She brings a smile to my face.
So thank you for joining, Anna.
Anna, thank you for being you, and
Anna.
thank you for. I call her Anna because it's she writes it like it's Spanish.
It is.
Okay.
That's just my my whiteness being like Anna.
Anna, come here, Anna. Anyway,
I'm so sorry.
You. No, it's fine. Either way, I think she goes by either one. So she's never corrected anybody. So I feel like she goes by either one. So we love you, honeys. Thank you so much for that comment. And we're so glad to have met you and to have you in our lives because you bring us so much joy. All right. Are we ready for some more preguntas?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Here we go. Chapters and Chains always coming through every freaking week. And she's going to visit. So I hope she has a great trip and she has a great visit this weekend. She says, besides your partner, what is an unexpected positive outcome from this journey?
Well, I mean, I feel like this is, obviously, like meeting you and like, I think making this pod and our group and everything, I feel like that's like, I don't know what else I would say. Like, I mean, like I created, you know what I mean? I created a lot of relationships with people that like, I'm like, I wish I knew these people my whole life. Like,
yeah, I agree. And just meeting people that I probably would have never met had not met Michael and forming the relationships that I've formed over these last 8 years. I will say that another positive for me is I was telling this to, I don't know who I was telling this to. I don't know. It was a prison wife this past week that, in my previous relationship, I call it my past life. In my past life, I was very docile. I was very passive. I was
people pleaser.
I was a people pleaser. I put everybody else before me. And I mean, I still do that to it. It's part of who I am. But now I stand up for myself. I fucking cuss and I'm a bad bitch and I don't take shit anymore. I call people out on their shit. I have no problem doing that now. I was scared to do that before. And I'm not for everybody and that's okay. And I accept it. And I've learned a lot of acceptance within myself. And I've just become more confident, more secure, more independent. I don't need a person to take care of me. In my previous relationship, I was saying that my husband paid all the bills. He handled all the finances. I just was there, doing whatever he wanted. He had dreams. I helped him achieve them. Like it was more me being that docile wife. And here I am now. Like I don't take shit from Michael. I don't take shit from Jane Doe, Joe Doe, like John Doe, whatever. I don't take shit from anybody. And I've become an advocate for myself, most importantly. And that's a positive that I will say that I've gotten out of this journey.
I second that. I think that goes back to that another quote from the book that we're reading where it's like, being in this prison world and like creating these relationships, it's almost like it gave you a spot to use the voice that was always there. You just now know how to use it.
Yeah. And can I just say this? Because I don't say this a lot and I don't open myself up a lot. But, when I was married all those years with my ex-husband and with him, I was always wondering, and I always tell my friends, like, I feel like I'm built for something and I have a purpose. I just don't know what it is. I feel like I was just wandering in circles. And I feel like this journey has showed me my purpose. My purpose is to meet Paige. My purpose is to meet all of you. My purpose is to advocate in the ways that I can. And my purpose is to be me, but be a voice and do this, like, you know, and I feel like I found my purpose. Like, this is my purpose in life. And I
I
feel
agree.
fulfilled. I feel very fulfilled in that.
I agree, but I there's still a part of me that where I like want to do more. Like I'm like I
Right.
want to make this my career. Like I want to do something I'm passionate about while also making a difference. And I'm like it's so hard to find a job like that. And I'm like, well, what else would it
Mhm.
be than doing this? And I don't know. I hope that one day I can make that a thing. And I'm just manifesting it now that I will.
I'm putting it out there. Putting it out there.
One day I will have a job. And listen, Joe and I's whole plan, if we could do it, we would do it together. Like when he gets out, you know, he can, you know what I mean? Like we
Yeah.
want to do this forever. Like it's not even a just like while he's in prison thing. Like this is what we're passionate about. I'm passionate about helping people and, you know, get demolishing this fucked up system.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I'm done.
No, I think that's very commendable that you and Joe want to do this long term and not just for while he's in, like
Mm-hmm.
take it even to the streets after, you know. I think that's very commendable because there's a lot of people that just, you know, they're only doing this while they're in, and then they're like, well, I have a life now, so I'm not going to worry about you guys. Like that happens a lot in the
Yeah.
prison life community, even within our members, you know,
Mm-hmm.
in groups. Like some women, they just duck out and they're like, I don't need this anymore. Bye. Like I got what I needed. Bye.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that you guys want to do this even after and help to support the community even after, and I think Michael and I would be the same way. You
Mm-hmm.
know,
I
definitely,
think you would.
because this is something that has been like, believe me, because I was one of those people that was like, I don't care about prison. Who cares? I've never been to a prison. I don't know. Like, you know, and now it's like a whole new world opened my eyes. So I definitely want to fight for injustices and restorative justice for sure. So, yeah. All right. We have another question from Stina. She said, how do you deal with family hypocrites that don't accept your relationship? Ooh, them hypocrites. Ooh, them hypocrites. I always say hypocrites. If you see my story today, that's what I put on my story. I put a picture of a hippo giving like gang signs with a blue bandana.
Oh my God.
Talk about them hypocrites. So how do you deal with them hypocrites that don't accept your relationship?
With family, so I actually can't really touch on this yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm like I don't know.
You're not ready.
I don't have personal experience. We've kind of talked about this on a past pod though, like dealing with family and people.
Yeah, I think it's you know, people are shocked. People are gonna maybe not have the best response at first. I think we have to be patient with them. It's almost like dropping a bomb on them and then expecting them to be happy about it, and they're not. They're not going to be happy. I seldom find a family that's like, "Well, great! I'm so happy for you." Like
Mm-hmm.
that's never going to be the response you're ever going to get. And if you do, let us know because I will stand corrected all day. But from the people that I've talked to, the response is usually negative. For my parents, they didn't talk to me. My mom and I are best friends. We went shopping all day today. We do stuff together all the time. And she did not talk to me for at least 2 weeks, which is unheard of. Because if I don't call her, she calls me. Okay. And now over these past 8 years, my dad, who is alpha male in the house. He is like that strong Latin man, okay? He is respected. People don't mess with him. Like, he is that man. He was even like, when Michael was going up for clemency, he's like, I don't understand why they can't get it. Like, why? Like, what's the big deal? They're not asking to be freed from prison. They're asking to get off death row.
Mm-hmm.
And so for my dad to say that last year, my dad is super Trumper. He's a super Trumper. Okay. And he hates Jeff Landry. I'm just saying, he thinks he's crazy.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Thank God
My
he's
dad
at
did
least.
not vote for Jeff Landry. I will say
Yeah.
that. So, and he's a big Trump supporter, which is fine. My dad, I mean, my family's ultra conservative. That's fine. But, you know, for him to say that about Michael, my mom was like, you changed your father's mind. My dad was so pro death penalty. And so,
That's awesome. I'm happy
yeah,
for
so
you.
I think for family hypocrites, you just have to, first of all, I think it's very important from the jump to be very sure in yourself and secure in yourself and not let them beat you down.
I
Because
think
I was ashamed at first. I'm
I
sorry,
think
Paige, go ahead.
no, I think another thing, like just like thinking for myself, like is like you have to remember, like although like we understand this situation and we know them through and through, you have to also think about it like, for example, like my mom, like that's not, she wouldn't have envisioned me ever marrying someone incarcerated. And she, you have to think she looks at me as if I'm this baby and I'm
Yeah.
this like, you know what I mean? I am her baby and I know that, and I respect that she looks at me like that. So it's like me taking that and understanding that, and also like, offering an olive branch to be like, okay, but please try to like understand this too. Like,
Mm-hmm.
know that I am your child, and understand that this isn't just some man who's in prison who's like causing havoc there and chaos, and like, he's on a path to do better things. Like he is so much better than half of the men out here in the free world, a majority of them, I'll say. So it's like, just because he's currently incarcerated, that doesn't change him as a person. And I feel like that's what really family members should be worried about.
Yeah. And I think it's our job as prison wives, because unfortunately society is the way it is. And I mean, I hope one day it changes, but for right now, it doesn't seem that way. It's our job to make them human to them, to our
Yep.
family. And I think that's what I was able to do with Michael. Talking about Michael as a person, not just because when you drop the bomb, all they think of, oh my God, she's dating a criminal. Oh my God, she's dating a convict. Oh my God, she's dating an inmate. That's their first thought. But it's our job to make them human, and so that takes time. I'm not going to say that happens right away. It takes time to build. So I know the first response is probably going to be negative. Don't give up. Just listen. All I did was, okay, you don't want to talk about it. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. And that was enough to prove to my parents that this was something that wasn't just a lapse in judgment or a fling or a pastime for a little while. This is something serious. And then as that came about, I was able to talk about Michael as a human being, and that shifted their perspective. So, all right. YG Wife said, I want to hear more stories on ladies that are with lifers. My husband is a lifer. So I will say, if you want to hear our stories, we talked about it 2 weeks ago on our YouTube page on the pod. But episode 1 really talks about our journey as lifers. And I would like to have in a future pod for sure conversations, maybe even interview another person
Yeah.
who is a lifer wife. I think that's important because we think about all the people that have outdates. Some people don't have outdates, and I think that's something that we definitely need to spotlight. So if you're interested in hearing our stories, go to the first episode. If you are and we hope to have some real lifer wives on our pod interviewing them, getting
Real
their
life.
real life real life
Real life.
real life lifer wives. All right. Okay. The last one is from, actually I got 2 more. The last thing that Taylor, our girl Taylor, asked for favorite male ideas for your boo that follows the rules.
I've done so many. Gosh, Joe and I have done like crossword puzzles. We've done like different games like Sudoku. I think we did that once. We we've done like for his birthday, I did that thing where everyone takes a picture holding a sign saying, Joe, Paige's love for you has reached X.
It's so big, it's reached,
Yeah,
more
I
life.
did that for
Yeah.
his birthday. I've done different things, like when he turned, I think 32 or something. I was like, these are the 32 reasons why I love you, and they were like long. Each of them were like decently long sentences. Like I've done like weird, goofy things like that. I think that's fun.
I've also done acrostic poems. I don't know if you know what that is, but acrostic poem is where you take a word or a phrase and you write all the letters, and you work your way down the page, and then for each letter you make a line of poetry. I did
Mm-hmm.
that with Michael, his name. For the M I put a line, for the I put a line, and that was something that we did. We also did a bucket list. I think we talked about this on the pod, but we basically would send the same paper back and forth between us. We couldn't do this now because obviously they changed our mailroom policies, but we did, like, I would do 5 and then he would add 5 and then I would do 5 and he would mail that. We would mail it back and forth between us.
Mm-hmm.
And so we have over 100 things on our bucket list that we've done together. And it's nice to see him write on the paper and then have me write on the paper. And it's like we're touching the same paper,
I love
like,
that.
so that's something that we've done. We've done, like, the crossword puzzles and word searches, and we've also done, like, it's so cheesy. It's so cheesy. I have sent him a picture of, like, a Where's Waldo, a Where's Waldo book. And basically
That's
we had to
cool.
find all the Waldos. Like, I had to find them and he had to find them. So,
I feel
yeah.
like CDCR would let that pend for like days.
Yeah. So, those are some things that we've done. I don't know if there's anything else, Paige, that you have.
No, I mean those are like the basic ones.
Yeah. All right. And our last comment actually came in today in the inbox. She said, I've been listening to your podcast and it helped me rebuild back my strength with this whole incarceration journey. So thank you so much for what you do. Much love to y'all. This podcast has helped me get out of the dark hole with experiencing life with my spouse being incarcerated. Thank you so much for what you do. Please never stop. Paige, we can't stop.
Oh my god.
Can't stop, won't stop. Rockefeller Records out. We get
Is
down,
it
baby.
the way one person saying that makes me be like, okay, we can't. You know what I mean?
We can't quit, Paige.
I know.
We can't
Like,
take a day. Like, we can take a week off, but we can't quit.
mm-hmm.
Wow.
Thank
Y'all.
you for saying that. That's so sweet.
Y'all.
I don't think people realize how much like those things mean when they say that. Because I even had someone that said something to me yesterday, and they're like, "I know you're probably so tired of hearing this," and I was like, I don't think like. I mean, my love language is words of affirmation. I don't think I could ever get tired of someone saying that they appreciate something I do. You know what I mean? Like that's the best way to get to my heart.
Yeah. We love you guys.
We
And
do.
we'll be here for you always. Like, I don't ever want to, I love doing this. I don't ever want to stop. So what we love you guys, and we need to take over the world. Prison Wives need to take over the world. So help us take over the world. Like, share all of it. And then we can keep going and we can keep growing, and with you on this journey, we can grow together and share and learn and hopefully change the world. That's what our goal is. Our goal is to change the outlook on incarceration, and bring awareness and support y'all, and know that you're not alone. So help us take over the freaking world. Thank you. We love you guys so much. From the bottom of my heart, I can't even, like, my heart's so full today, even though I was pissed off and I was F-bombing left. God, I was F-bombing. I'm kind of like going back and going, Gigi, you were
It's fine.
rampaging, like you were rampaging. And now I'm like second guessing myself. And I'm like, should we bleep? Should we have a bleep? Should we have a bleep? Should we have a bleep there?
Nah.
But, you guys make it amazing for us, and I can't say that enough. So thank you. We love you guys. All right, Paige, you know what time it is?
Meme time.
It is time for that meme, and I got this one. Hold on. Where is it? Meme time. It's the meme of the week. Oh, wait, before we do meme of the week, do we have any other shout outs? I know you gave a shout out earlier.
Mm,
You have a shout?
for jailed for weed.
Jail for weed. All right. So we're going to re
Let me
shout
give
out.
you my professional shout out. Jailed for Weed. They are on Instagram and they are on TikTok. They are probably on all the other social platforms too. Look them up. They post fascinating stories about people that are incarcerated for long-term sentences that have marijuana convictions. A lot of them are like not even like selling. Oh, hello, Gustavo. Hello,
Gustavo came in.
honey.
He busted in and wanted to say hey.
Hi,
Can you say hi?
honey. I am so sorry to our audio listeners that you don't get to see this beautiful dog. Hi, honey.
Yes. Okay.
Hi.
Hi, guys. All right. Sorry.
I
We just
literally don't even remember what I was saying. What was I even talking about?
jail for weed. Jail for weed.
Oh, yeah, Jailed for Weed. You guys just follow them. They're fantastic. The people who run the account, I absolutely love them. They are like she's even helped fight a few haters off for me too. But she posts really great stories that people don't really hear about ever because people are like don't know that they're there, and everyone when they hear them they're like, what, someone is serving, like some of them are like 500 months for a possession of weed. Like it's fucking sick, and they just get a lot of information out there. So definitely go follow them, check them out, give them love.
Lots of love. All right. So now it is time for the meme of the week.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What's that meme, Paige?
Which one do we want to go with?
I like the one you did, or unless
Okay.
you like the one I had.
I liked. I'll do the one I sent, and then maybe yours next week.
Okay.
So, just everyone who's like an audio listener, just a picture. It's either Mary Kate or Ashley. I couldn't tell you.
Okay.
I
One
couldn't
of the
tell you
old
which one.
ones.
And she's just making like a smirk face. I honestly would classify this face as a prison wife face because it's just kind of like my face is like always stuck like that, I feel. So what the meme says is, being a prison wife comes with all of the unexpected mood swings and emotional breakdowns. And then the words beneath it from where the gif is from, it says, so happy one second, incredibly depressed the next.
Oh my God, if that wasn't me this week, I'll tell you what, that's me.
It's so true because it's like it comes in waves that are unexpected. And like all of a sudden you'll just be like, my husband is in prison for life. And it's like, why are you thinking what? Like, you know what I mean? I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah, like this week we had a little hiccup with our visitation. We got some bad news about visitation, and I needed a whole day to just process and be by myself. And I told Paige, I was like, I'm out for today. And I posted on Instagram, like, I need a break. I mean, on Facebook, I need a break. So I just detached myself. And then the next day I'm like, here we go, back again. Like nothing happened. So the mood swings on this are like a freaking roller coaster up and
Can't
down.
help it. Just hold on.
Oh yeah. Grab a hold of that rail, y'all. Hold on for dear life. Well, you guys, that was a lovely pod.
Yeah.
Paige, you can order your food now.
Oh, I did a little bit ago. I'm hungry.
All right, y'all. Well, we hope you guys enjoyed this.
Y'all, when this goes out on Wednesday and you're listening to this, I'm on the beach right now.
So give Paige a little, what do you want, Paige? You want a little beach umbrella?
Yeah, and beach umbrella. Yeah.
Let's do a beach umbrella emoji for this week, since she's going to be on the playa and getting some rays and enjoying her summers. And if you have we have a speaky pipe topic.
Maybe we'll think of one, and they should just tune into our Instagram story.
We're being mysterious.
Yeah.
Oh, I got one. Can we do this?
Yeah.
What is since we're starting mean tweets this week, what is the meanest thing somebody's ever said to you about being with someone who's incarcerated?
Oh, God.
I'm just curious because we talk about it, but I want to hear from our listeners. What's the meanest thing somebody's ever said to you? So, Speaky Piper asked us because we miss our Speaky Pipes this week.
We do.
Y'all. We love you guys, but we need y'all to come through with the Speaky Pipes. At least one. At least one. So, I like hearing y'all's voices. I like hearing your stories. And even if you don't want to talk about that and you want to talk about something else,
go for it.
Call us. You can remain anonymous, please. So, we love you guys. Hope you have a great week. Happy Hump Day. Those of y'all going to visits, have a great visit. We love you.
Yes.
Hand hearts, my favorite.
Have a good week, friends.
Yeah, and we'll see you guys next week. We love you. Thank you for all of the support, and we love you guys so much.
Love y'all. Have a good week.
Besitos. Bye, guys.
Bye, friends.